Greetings, everybody. I just wanted to share with you a pickup I made recently of 3 classic Universal monster figures from their movies. And before I do that, I'm going to have myself some Vienna coffee. But I usually make my own whipping cream. But this is, nice. A little cream in there. And a little cinnamon stick. Oh boy, look at that. Oh yeah, that's a Vienna coffee. That's a coffee that is a coffee. Ooh. Man, the hole on that cup, the hole on Felix the cat here is a little bit small. Vienna style, you can't beat that. Anyway, first up I have, and these just came out in the last week or two, this Frankenstein. This is based on the classic portrayal of that Boris Karloff did in the 1931 film, based on Mary Shelley's novel of 1818. And I'm going to take it out of the box here. Mary Shelley, was the daughter of Mary Wollstonecraft, who was one of the first feminists, by the way. And, you know, there's a story about this, how she conceived of the idea of Frankenstein. The story goes that one night in June of 1817, Lord Byron, they were all in Geneva, Switzerland at the villa, and at the suggestion of Lord Byron, they see who could, that have a little contest, see who could produce the best ghost story or horror story. And supposedly Mary Shelley had gotten the idea of Frankenstein in a dream. But a year earlier, in 1616, she had traveled down the Rhine River towards Darmstadt, where less than 10 miles is the castle Frankenstein. And you can see those huge towers of the castle, you know, miles away. And I could just picture her in some of the local villages, or the inn, where the local villagers were probably eager to tell her stories about the castle Frankenstein. And Johann Conrad Dippel, who was an alchemist that was born in the castle and performed these experiments there. Usually, you know, alchemists at that time, they would do experiments like attempting to transfer the soul of one cadaver to another. And he had claimed that in his own writings to have discovered the elixir of youth, and he made potions from dead animals, claiming that they would eradicate people possessed by demons. So I'm sure that she was probably influenced by something based in fact, but it's hard for me to conceive that a young woman, beautiful young woman, innocent, would conceive of such a horrible, horrible story of Frankenstein in a dream. You know, come on. But it is a matter of controversy, but I believe that, you know, she was influenced by that. But still an amazing, you know, novel that she put together. I wouldn't have been able to write anything like that. Let me show you this. It comes with a table. And see how easy this is to put together. I'm not sure. It looks like it's pretty easy. I don't even think you need the instructions for it. It's pretty clear cut that where these things go. The legs, they fit in between these tabs here. At least I think they're supposed to fit in between these tabs. Yes, they do. This looks like it goes here. And we got these two little wheels, these crank that crank the table up and down, that fit on there. And this is a support bracket that looks like it fits in here. I probably should have put these in before. Yeah. Alright. There you have it. There's a table. A little headrest. And good old Frankenstein monster goes in there. Pretty cool. Pretty nifty. Hold him there. Yep. Very nice. I paid $21 less my discount from the comic store where I go. Let me make some room here and put this on over there. Now the next one I have is, I don't want to take this one out of the box though. Too much work. Is Dracula. This is a pretty nice figure. It comes with his wolfhound. And this, of course, is modeled after the classic portrayal by Bela Lugosi in the 1931 film Dracula. And by the way, Frankenstein was also released in 1931 by Universal Studios. And the movie is, of course, based on Bram Stoker's Gothic novel, Dracula, which he wrote in 1897. And going back to Mary Shelley and her husband, Percy Shelley, and Lord Byron and his personal physician, Dr. Polidori, or Polidori, I think it was, they had all gotten together and decided to have a contest, as I just said, and create, you know, so you can create the best ghost story or horror story. And Dr. Polidori, or Polidori, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his name, his story was called The Vampire. And it's generally agreed upon that that was the first vampire story in English, and possibly the first of the first stories creating an entire genre of vampire. So, at any rate, that was all done there in 1817 in June in Lake Geneva, Switzerland, those guys. Oh, and Mary Shelley's half-sister was also there, Claire Claremont, I believe. So, that's Dracula. Next up, and finally, I have Creature from the Black Lagoon. And this is awesome. This is from the 1954 film that the guy who was in the creature suit most of the time, that was Ben Chapman. He portrayed the creature on land, and it must have been a pretty hot, horrible suit to be in. And then the guy that portrayed the creature in the water was a guy called, he was a swimming professional. He was probably won, you know, medals for his swimming capabilities. That was Rico. What the hell was his Rico Browning? That was his name. And they had two main modelers doing the putting together the suit with, you know, a couple of assists. And this damn suit cost at that time in 1954 $12,000, which would be about, I think, about $70. I mean $70,000 today. Man, that's a lot of money back then. 12,000 bucks in 1954 to put that suit together. Wow. But that is just beautiful. Creature from the Black Lagoon, and that spawned two sequels that weren't as good as this. And this was originally released in 3D, and that was the second Universal Studios picture that was released in 3D. The first one was It Came from Outer Space, and I believe It Came from Outer Space was actually the first 3D movie ever. But if you're to get this, get it in the 3D version, because it loses a lot without the 3D. This is produced in 3D, it was made for 3D, and should be seen in 3D. So that is that. That's just an awesome creature from the Black Lagoon. And then let's see, finally, let me have some more of this here. Oh yeah, Vienna Coffee. Vienna style coffee. Oh, what else did I got here? I get these magazines from Archie. Now, I don't collect these anymore now. I let the subscription expire now because I want to concentrate, on saving money for more important comics from the Silver Age and stuff like that. But I wanted to make a comment on an issue that has been, that the perennial youth of Riverdale has been struggling with, and specifically Archie has been struggling with for the last 70 years. The having to choose between Betty or Veronica. That's a dilemma he's been having to struggle with for a long time. Which one to date? Which one to nookie with? Which one should he marry? Well, my suggestion is, and it's obviously by this cover, you can see that he wouldn't mind it. Why don't you marry them both? You've been wanting to have at them at the same time, simultaneously, for a very, very long time, Archie Andrews. You could always go to Utah and get involved with a renegade group of Mormons that still practice the old religion of Joseph Smith. Or maybe you can get some advice from the Saudi royalty. Oh, brother. There was some other stuff. I made some notes, other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Here. Gotta go all the way up off my shelf and grab these books here. I seen Queston Brownstar show this book 2 or 3 videos ago. This is the complete Frank Miller. I think he paid like $6 for it. He got a great deal. This is leather bound. And this is my copy. I've had my collection for quite some time. But it's just nice. The smell of leather. And then the companion to this. This came out in I'm back in the 1800s again. This is, I think, 1989. 1989. And then a companion to that, a year later, Stacked Deck, the greatest Joker stories ever told. And this is also leather. Love the smell of that leather. And this is just awesome. It's got a lot of the great... It doesn't have all the best Joker stories in it. In my opinion, there's some Joker stories that I like that weren't included in this, but, they can only put so much in there. Probably can't really tell that much with But it is nice. They're in color. And yeah, I just wanted to show you that leather-bound companion to that. Pretty cool. Pretty nifty. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. And I'm going to be getting more of those Universal monster figures. And as I get them, I'll be making videos about them. So I'll be showing you those. And I also have been tagged, I mentioned this before, by a couple of people, the X-Men 14 and by 123 Comic Man's wife, 123 Comic Ma'am, to do a best 10 comics from my collection. But I have to do them in groups of 10s because I got so many comics, and I'm going to do a first group of 10 and pick a title randomly and get the best comics out from that title and so forth. So I'll be doing that, I think, next time. So tune in and I'll see you then. Hope this video finds everyone at peace with themselves and in good health. Take care.